Hi Silhouetters, it's Doodling Debbie with another video tutorial. This time I'm going to go a little bit more into some of your basic designs and how to design. I've had a couple of questions, a couple of emails lately, and thought I would get into this just a little bit. Okay, we're going to start out in design is learning how to manipulate shapes and to add things onto it and different things like this. Say you can take a basic square or rectangle and you want a house shape. Well, we have to double click on it. I'm double clicking. And then right here in the center, and we can move this up a bit here, and we just want to bring this up, and there we go. We have the start of our house shape. Okay, that looks pretty good, but now we would like a roof on it, so I'm going to draw a couple of long triangles, and I'm going to click on this and rotate it and see how it looks on top of the roof here. That is a little long, so I'm going to drag it up just a bit. And if I wanted to weld this into one piece, I would make this a little bit more over the top of the roof here. But I'm not going to weld it because I think I'm going to do a print and cut of this. So now I want to go to my replicate tool and I want to mirror left so I have the other side of my roof. And we're going to bring this up just about right to the center here again, where they kind of corner up there together. And now you know that these can be manipulated, so I'm going to bring this right up to the center. There we go. I'm going to double click on this one and bring it right up to the center, kind of align them a little bit. So that's a basic, and you can adjust it a little bit more, but for the video tutorial I have to make them kind of short, as you guys know by now. So I'm just going to do it like that because it gives you a basic idea. And then of course you can we can draw steps to the house, making them look like they're going way up to the steps. You take this one, I'm going to control drag, bring that one up a little bit, maybe shift it over to the side and adjust it, and another control drag, and we're going to adjust this one. And you can just keep on doing this to make it look like you have stairs going up. And they can look as deep and steep as you want them to. And then when we get up to the door, I'm going to go ahead and make a door. And actually I would keep on going up because this is going to look more like a window. I would just keep on going up and making the stairs taller and taller. As just a sample of a little basic design. And remember, if you want this door to be a different shape, you can weld them. You can do just about anything you want. We can draw a circle up here at the top. Excuse me. Been trying to get a cold all week. And you can weld this really easily by selecting both shapes. So we've got this one, and I'm going to hold down my shift key and select this one, and go down here to the bottom and just click weld. And as you can see, it's a little off, but you can always adjust that by manipulating these little points here again, lining them up until you get the perfect door. And then you want to go ahead and go in here, and let's put a little doorknob here. There we go. Well, it's a little doorknob. Now for the house, you remember you can go ahead and fill it in with color. We'll make it a little brown house. And how about a black roof, black, and the door, we'll just click on any of these colors here. Oops, that's still have the house selected, but that's okay. Now I'll select the door and make it a different color. We'll make the door that color brown. And our steps, hold down the shift key, and of course it selected the house, but I know a better way. We're just going to group all, I'm going to just kind of put my cursor and kind of group them all together there, and we'll make the steps a dark brown. And you can make the line color that as well if you want to see. And then if you want to bring another triangle, but that's just to show you some of the basic things that you can do. I'm going to go ahead and delete this out now. And I'm going to go over here to my other Untitled. And as you see, I made a cup. And when I go to cut this, I just took a plain old rectangle. I start out with the basics here. Start with my rectangle. And then I drew a circle for my base, for my bottom of my cup. But I want my cup to be not a straight cylinder cup, so I angled it a little bit. And then I drew another circle. Here. I'm going to have to bring this circle in just a little bit. There we go. And then I want to keep another one of these shapes because I'm going to do a rim. So I'm going to go Control and drag that up here and out of the way. And then I'm going to weld this all together. And then I'm going to Control click and make a copy of this. Okay, and over here, I'm going to select this one to have a dark gray. Oops, that's my fill. Let me undo that. I want to go to my line color, dark gray, then my fill color. I chose the lightest of grays. And then you can even go down to the advanced options and we can change the opacity because this is going to make a really pretty little print and cut. So there we go. I changed the opacity. And then my shape over here, I'm going to go in and fill it again with some chocolate milk there, but I can see my opacity's changed, so I'm going to lower that, go back over here, make it the lighter, and bring it over here to the side, stretch it out a bit, stretch it out a bit, and then bring it in. And this one here, we know is going to be our rim, but there's going to be a problem when we go to cut it. Okay, first of all, I'm going to change that rim to my dark gray. Oops, I filled it again. Undo. I love that undo button. Okay, my line color, I want to be a dark gray. And I'm going to go ahead and make a copy of this to use it for later. Now I see where it's going to set and everything. I want to bring this up here. I'm going to grab my knife tool. I'm going to hold down my shift key to draw a straight line across it because I really only need half of this and I don't want this to have to cut out. So I'm going to go like that. Then just drag this other piece right down here to make the rim of my cup. I'm going to select that and delete it. And this here, we're going to go back over here and we're going to fill it with that dark brown, and I'm going to make the line color the same thing, dark brown, but as I can see, my opacity is still down. Change that. Advanced options. Make that darker. And place this right on top for now. And as we can see, this also needs to be resized. And I just like to drag it over a little bit, get it there where I want it. And drag it in on this side a little bit. And use my arrow keys and maybe push it up just a tad. And maybe drag this out to the side just a tad. Maybe perhaps bring it in just a tad again. You kind of got to fiddle with this, and sometimes it takes a little manipulating of these points to get things just the way you want them. Guys, see right down here, I'm going to bring my point down over here. I'm going to drag this one out just a tad, so I get it the way I want it. And if I was actually working on this for a cut project, I would totally blow this up to a close-up so I could see it real well. But for this, you get the idea of what we're talking about. Okay, now to make my little highlights over here for my glass, I want to go back over here. And for right now, I'm just going to draw a little so I can see it on my cup. There we go. And it depends on what you want your highlights to look like. I guess I would go like the fill color of white. And my line color, maybe a little bit of a darker gray there, or a lighter gray. And you can select that again. You can drag that up again if you want the edge of the glass. And then you can control click and drag. And we're going to make another and maybe resize that one a little bit smaller to give you those highlights. So there's your basic. Now we want to go into our cut lines. And as you can see, for some reason this one was set into no cut, but I want to cut this. I want to cut the edge. Cut edge of this. And basically we want to leave the rest, this shape here and this shape, and of course the milk inside, we want to leave it at no cut because this is going to be a print and cut. So when this cuts out, and as you can see right here, there's a little mistake, and you can always go in and you can delete a point right there that's sticking out. Delete a point. Go back in here to the cup and do the same thing. Delete a point. Anyway, I probably messed it up a little bit more now. But this is the way that you can make your own designs. And let's go back and take a little quick look at it. And there you go.